Hi, my name is David, and I'm the system designer, one of the system designers for Patch, and I'm going to go through what we've done over this winter break when it comes to like our MVP or prototype. To start out, let's go. I was going to kind of reiterate what our gameplay loop was. The idea of this game is you start at your van that you own, which would probably be somewhere close by when you start. And you explore from there out into the map to destroy corruption nodes. That's like the main objective. But along the way, you defeat enemies, and you can also destroy just minor corruption areas as well. And with all of that, you're rewarded with like corrupted data that you collect into a storage tank on your back, and you bring it back to your van after exploring, and your van will recompile the corrupted data into usable data, which you could use for ammo and for upgrades. Um, and with that, going out into the map and then coming back, it kind of promotes like a little bit of backtracking, which can be interesting. But a problem we ran into early on was we were kind of thinking about the level in a linear way. So like you start from like the edge of a map, and then you go out into the map, come back, and have to go back out to where you were just at before, which didn't really seem very fun. So we try to find ways to combat that. So one of the first things we did was create I guess, more circular map, meaning that like the player starts in the center, and as you go out in any direction, that's where you'll find more stuff. And basically, you know, all that means is just it allows the player to go out in any direction, complete an objective, and on their way back, they have an easy path back to the van so they can get their upgrades and whatnot. As you see here, these little cubes everywhere. These are right now a representation for corruption nodes. The main objective are these major corruption nodes, what we call them, and then these are like the smaller ones are like side objectives. Something we realized too is we kind of want to get the most out of the map because our map is semi-open world, which is going to give us a lot of work to do. So, kind of like get the most out of the map and also to promote exploring the map in general too. One of the things we did was whenever you start the game on whatever difficulty, let's say easy mode, you start the game on easy mode, only like one or two of these major corruption nodes will spawn. And out of these 20 smaller nodes, maybe only like 8 or 10 will spawn, so like half of them. And like when they spawn, they just appear on the map, and then if you restart the level, different ones will appear. And that's just to help promote replayability for the game. That way, the player can really, I guess, really experience the things that all the work we put into the game. Something you notice too are these circles and squares. Those are spawn areas for enemies. Enemies are corrupt or they're like corrupted robots in this game. So if we talk about the design doc PowerPoint, you'll see like in this world, like robots become sentient and they're generally our friends, but this corruption is like it's corrupting them and making them bad. So like one of the things is like defeating those guys. With these spawn areas, they're not just like a trigger box that you walk into an area and these spawn. I've designed a game manager that tracks the player's progression. So one of the things it tracks is like your time in the game. As you the longer you're in the game, the harder the game gets, and harder in the sense that the game director will go around and spawn enemies based off of a difficulty curve, a difficulty value. It's like a multiplier. So early in the game, you're not going to see a lot of enemies, but as you progress in the game, you're going to see a lot more enemies. But not just a lot more, you're going to see like more specialty type of enemies. And I've been doing all this through curves. So like as you can see right here, I have like an elite spawn curve. So like the more special types of enemies will spawn as you progress through the game. So when you first start out, you're just going to see the basic enemy, but then more will spawn over time. And then also like this one right here, the difficulty curve. On this curve, the x-axis is time in the game, and the y-axis is difficulty, going up to a value of 1. So say like you reach max difficulty at 2 minutes. As you get to 2 minutes, so at the 1 minute mark, you'll be about here. You'll be about half difficulty, and then at the 2 minute mark, you're at full difficulty. I think 2 minutes is kind of exaggerated. It'd probably be more like 10 to 15 minutes for max difficulty. Um, but yeah, as you progress through time to the max time, that's when like the max difficulty, meaning whatever value we have set for when elite should spawn, or just max enemies in general will spawn. That's when it will happen. And we can change this curve too. So if we want the game to be harder faster, we can move the value up. So as you go through, it goes up faster. We can also lower it too. So we want the game to like start out pretty slow, then ramp up in intensity as you get through. We can do that as well. So there's just lots of little things we can tweak outside of the game and programming. Something else with that too is because difficulty is more set through like modifiers. Because like I saw this as a modifier, like check in spawns. We can actually like easily set difficulties. So something I did was I can set like if you look over here, normal, like the normal game mode, the one we're trying to balance is normal, and right here. So it's just a modifier of 1. So all we literally do is multiply it. But if you want a harder difficulty, we can multiply 1.5 and so on. We can tweak these as much as we want to create like the right balance of difficulty for players. And this is a very similar system to like Left 4 Dead with the AI director, or Risk of Rain, or Helldivers, or those kind of systems. And that's what I tried to emulate. So going to the game, I can kind of show you how it works right now. So if you look at the top left, you can see the objectives respond up, and also you can kind of see the difficulty modifier. And the difficulty modifier for a lot of the curves I showed before, so like here, difficulty modifier is what like determines when whatever specific values happen. So like elite spawn. So as this number gets closer to 1, these values, the spawn rate of elite enemies will grow as well. So if I restart this real fast, you can kind of see we have 10 minor nodes, 2 major nodes is on normal difficulty. We can go through here. We can see like, just a couple enemies here. And you can destroy corruption nodes as well. If we keep going, actually I'm just going to restart it real fast so I can just show it a little bit quicker. So if I go back here, max difficulty time right now is set to 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. I'll set it down to, let's say, a minute. We'll do a minute. So go back here, play the game, go into the next area over. We'll see, not that many enemies. Got corruption nodes here. That change. Now if we go over to this area, enemies are spawning. We're at a quarter of the way through. Got the corruption node. You see the difficulty going up too. So we're about half difficulty, at least in the time difficulty. But now we can already see elite spawning, whereas before elite enemies were not spawning. That's what the red person is. Talk about some of the other things we have. One of the things we have is the code scrubber. It's our like main weapon. It uses good data to like defeat enemies and destroy corruption nodes. Another thing we have kind of like help with the collecting of data and just for player movement is we actually have a vacuum, meaning what we use it for is to like suck up data from the ground, just gonna help collect it. But if you right click on this as like an alt fire, you can actually switch it to blow, and you can actually like use it to help like navigate the level if you wanted to. Little powerful right now, not balanced, but it is something fun. It can add like interesting things for the player to do. That's pretty much it. This is what we got so far. None of it's really balanced yet. Right now we just got the framework in, but it is something we're having it done this early. It's going to help us a lot for just giving us time to polish. I think polish is probably the most important thing. And thank you.